Ladies and gentlemen, Josh Sanch here. Welcome back to the Bodybuilding News Network. We have an interesting video for you today, and it's going to start off with an Instagram video from none other than the 2019 Mr. Olympia, Brandon Curry, where he highlights an interesting conversation that we've seen several other competitors post-Olympia, 2023 Olympia, talk about. And that's the conversation of them saying that they don't know what happened coming into the Olympia because they looked perfect. They looked like they were going to win 1 week out. Now, looking at this video here, this posing video, it is sprinkled with the signature lower angle that Brandon Curry continually uses very, very often from his Dubai gym training facility as well, in the oxygen gym setting. But I will say that this is not an Olympia winning caliber physique. Brandon Curry brings, in my opinion, some of the best proportions that we see on the Mr. Olympia stage, as well as some of the most full and voluminous and developed muscle that we see on the Mr. Olympia stage. Now, this is for everything above the belly button. When you look at the back, when you look at the legs, historically, he has been continually and significantly critiqued for having underdeveloped legs. And I've heard several people say that he had, this year especially, the worst lower body in the top 10. Now, I don't know if I want to push it that far, but I definitely think that he had the worst legs in the top 6. And I don't think that that is something that can be argued if you look at side by sides. Of course, if you want to see that comparison, definitely comment down below. I'll even put one there for you. If it gets, say, 15 likes, I'll end up doing a video on it. How about that? Make it easy for you. But one of the things I really wanted to highlight here is looking at the regression of Mr. Olympia, Brandon Curry, over the years. And we're going to start off with a highlight. We're going to look at 2019, where he won the Mr. Olympia. And it was a vacant title after Sean Roden won the Olympia and then was unable to compete for a plethora of reasons. RIP Sean Roden. Now, when you look at his 2019 package, you see kind of the same thing we've seen time in and time out from him. A very big and full upper body, great proportions, some of the best bicep development and fullness you're going to see in the IFBB. And to his credit, 2019 was not his worst package when we look at the lower body. I think that the quads, the sweep, the tear ducts, I think everything looks pretty okay. Not very well defined, washed out, but big. He has big legs. They have a good sweep to him as well. He has a good sweep to his legs as long as he poses them in the way he's doing it right there. Now we move into 2022, where he placed second. This is going to be, in my opinion, Brandon's best physique ever to date. He brought superb conditioning, and he did sacrifice quite a bit of size, but you can see very complete musculature. You can see well-defined chest. The arms still look competitive. I still think they look phenomenal, but the legs are really dug out. You can see a lot of the cross striations in the tear ducts and in the quad sweep. You can see the cross striations in the feathering. I love seeing that. I think that this is something he needs to continue to bring, especially as we move into a more aesthetic, a more complete bodybuilding era with the current reigning Mr. Olympia, Hadi Choopan. Hadi is known for the conditioning, and he's a very complete bodybuilder. So Brandon Curry is going to need to get with the times and understand that pushing the weight, pushing the envelope to chase a previous Brandon Curry is not going to do it. It never did. It never will. Moving into 2021, this is where everything starts to get kind of funny. He starts to play the size game. It could be that, or he just didn't come in shape. This is something that could be either way. Now, as we move in, there's not too much to say about the 2021. It's a pretty blah physique from the front, at least. And then moving into 2022, this is where he really lets it go. He says he puts on 15 pounds of muscle, trying to play the size game. He showed a really disappointing package at the Arnold Classic and got an absolute handout to a very well-conditioned and complete William Bonac. and then comes into the 2022 Olympia, falling for the first time in 3 years to 4th place, which I still think is a gift, in my opinion. Now, moving into the back, this is a little bit of redemption because Brandon Curry does have an amazing back, or at least he did until this new crop of bodybuilders came on scene. From the up, from above the posing trunks, I think all of these shots are very similar. I'm going to side with maybe 2019 and 2020. 2019, he has amazing oil. He looks really full and really crisp. And the glutes actually look pretty good in that one. 2020, the legs look really, really small because he did diet himself down quite a bit, but it is, in my opinion, a more complete physique. But I would give it to 2019. I think that actually looks pretty darn good on him. And then 2021 and 2022 are just complete washes. There's not a single piece of conditioning on the body. You can see in actually all these poses, you can see skin folding in the lower back. So he still has a little bit more to dig out. But in my opinion, I just don't really see it in 2021 or 2022. There are big bodybuilders on stage similar to Brandon Curry, and there's also several bodybuilders with much better conditioning on the stage. I'd even say Hunter Labrada had better conditioning, and you guys know how I feel about his gift last year. But to leave it on a positive note, I am very excited to hear what Brandon Curry's plans are for the 2023 competitive season. He might come and try to get a 5th Arnold Classic title. It is definitely a possibility. But besides that, I don't know if he's going to do any other shows. I can't imagine him trying to do that. Now, he is going to still be in that conversation to be in that top 6 at the 2023 Mr. Olympia, but that's unless some newcomers or some very exciting people like Samson Dauda or Michael Krizo or even a improved Ian Valliere show up at next year's Olympia. Now, this is where I want to hear from the fans. Ladies and gentlemen, please let me know your thoughts and comments and potentially critiques for either Brandon Curry or myself in the comment sections below, right underneath the like button. As always, my name is Josh Sanch, your host here on the Bodybuilding News Network. I genuinely appreciate you coming by, stopping in, and watching this video to the duration. Make sure you guys check out the links in the description, and I'll see you in another one.